Thank you, Katarina.
Wanted to admire this speech of my friend and my colleague Karim Khan. We spoke with you, Karim. I don't know if you are here still with us on different occasions, but this was the most prominent speech of Karim Khan I ever heard on the issues of the accountability of Russians for the international crimes committed in Ukraine. The most prominent speech by Karim Khan today in Bucha. And this is not only symbolic, this is about Karim's and his team commitment, because I think we all know that Bucha should be a symbol of our fight for justice for Ukrainians and Ukraine in this war. And at the end of the day, Bucha will be a symbol of victory in our fight for justice for Ukrainians and Ukraine. And this victory will have, with every arrest warrant, with every conviction. It's not a victory of one occasion. This victory will consist of small victories with any criminal conviction we reach in Ukrainian, in international court. And as bigger this victory will be, then people will believe that justice exists. And I'm extremely grateful, Karim, for you, for your team, for people who are with us all these months here. Grateful for their courage, their professionalism, and their commitment. And I am grateful also for the idea you now mentioned, which we discussed, to create special task forces with relation to specific war crimes committed on Ukrainian soil, where we together will collect evidences for these crimes to be, I hope, someday prosecuted and tried by the International Criminal Court. Шановні колеги,
Dear colleagues, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Today we heard the testimonies of survivors. We heard their stories. About those who became victims of this war, in Bucha in particular. I wanted to remember yet another episode from our first United for Justice conference that took place in Lviv. Those were the words of the Prosecutor General of the United States, Medical Garland, where he mentioned his family members who died on our soil during World War II. I did not know about that. That came as a surprise to me, and I guess to everyone, even to those people who know him fairly better than I do.
Але це була його
But
емоція,
that was his
яка
emotion
виникла на українській
that he
землі.
felt
Це була
after
його
visiting Ukrainian
емоція,
soil. That was his
яка,
emotion
мабуть,
that he
якою він хотів поділитися,
probably wanted to
тому
share
що його команда
because
також з нами на
his team
протязі
is also
цього
with us
року.
and has been with
І
us throughout
також
this year.
побачимо результати цієї
And we
роботи
will see the
в
results of this
найближчий час
cooperation,
цього
I
року.
believe, very soon,
Але
towards the
він
end of this year.
згадав про
But
тих,
he mentioned
хто не отримав
the people who did not
своєї
get the
справедливості
closure, who did
у
not
всіх
get
попередніх
justice
війнах
in
та
all of the
конфліктах.
previous wars and conflicts.
І він підкреслив
And he
те,
highlighted
про що ми не можемо забувати.
something that we should always
Все, що ми
remember.
робимо
Everything
зараз,
that we are doing
United
today,
for Justice,
united for
не тільки
justice.
для нас
This is not just for
зараз,
us.
і
This is
не
not just
тільки
for
для
us
того,
today.
щоб
This is not just to
захистити
make sure that we
наших дітей
protect
та
our
онуків
children
в
and
майбутньому.
grandchildren in the
Це
future.
також в пам'ять
This is
тих,
also to commemorate
хто загинув
those
в минулих
who have
війнах
died
від
in the previous
воєнних
wars
злочинів,
as a result of war
від
crimes, as a
геноциду,
result of genocide,
і не отримав
and
справедливості,
those who
тому що
did not
тоді
get justice. Because
світ
back then,
був об'єднаний
the world was not
тому що
united for this
тоді
purpose.
ще не
Because
було
back then,
механізмів
there were no mechanisms,
міжнародного права, яке
no
дозволяло
international
це
law
робити.
that would allow to
Тому
hold perpetrators accountable.
ми будемо працювати
Which
стільки,
is why we will
скільки
work
буде
as long as it takes
це для того, щоб
to make sure
забезпечити справедливість
that justice prevails
потерпілим від цієї війни.
for all of the victims who have suffered in this war. Us standing together side by side, shoulder to shoulder with all of our friends worldwide.
Важливо,
And it does not matter where
буде створений
will the
трибунал
tribunal be established.
агресії. Неважливо,
It
як
does
він
not
буде
matter
називатися.
what will be the name of this tribunal for the crime of aggression, as we all remember that the first people's name of this tribunal was Kharkiv Tribunal.
Потім
And then people started talking about the Bucha Tribunal, and then Mariupol Tribunal, and then
українці
Ukrainian.
бралися задля
Because
того,
Ukrainians came together to make sure that this tribunal happens. And today we feel support of our partners
ми будемо
in knowing that this will happen. We will be working towards making sure that all war crimes do not go unpunished, including the crime of aggression.
цього можемо досягти тільки,
But we can achieve this only if we stay united for justice.
і ми тільки тоді
And only then
перемогу
we will
і на
win,
полі бою,
both in combat and on the legal front.
for justice,
United for justice.
peace, and united for better future. Я вам дуже дякую всім.
Thank you all so much.